He is supposed to, in 1999, he was given death sentence, but 11 years it took for Messi petition to be reviewed by Government of India. They finally said in 2011 that your Messi petition is rejected. Now again, Madras High Court said that what Government of India and State of Tamil Nadu is doing, gave us a reply. So that is the status of the case, and these are the three references which I wanted to give. Finally, see, the issues which I said about, I'll refer small points, basically. Illegal detention. My solution is, this is one more factor, the police access duty hours. Second is, judicial representatives should visit the police station, detention centers every day, including holidays. This is a new solution I'm actually approaching. If there are any judges, like there are some district judges, they may tell me that no, as a lawyer, as a judge, I cannot go. But this is my point. There should be a system where judicial representative visits the prison or police station every day to take the stock of who is coming in, who is being held for what reason. This is one point I want to make. And also another point which I want to say is, why cannot we have a public lawyer office in the police station? See, the problem is now this law and police is not synchronized. To make this happen, I think this is the solution which I am trying to put it to the chair. These are 2 points basically, we can note it down. Presence of public lawyer officers in inside thing. And then rest of things like custodial torture, custodial death. In custodial torture, the one thing is which I suspected, like we could suspect is, don't allow police officers to continue their duty on consecutive shifts. This is very much present. It's happening every police station. You go at the night, the same police who was there in the morning, he still does his second duty because the police officer is absent. This is happening, and this is a crucial, because as we said, if I talk more than 5 minutes, you all will lose your patience. If I talk more than 10 minutes, you all lose your patience. This is what will happen for the police also. You will come into depression. The way you treat is different. You will never treat as a human being. That is one. And then custodial deaths is one thing which I wanted to say, install cameras everywhere possible. This is a thing which we have to follow. Every jail system, installing cameras should be made as mandatory. And then custodial rape, actually, everybody knows that there are a lot of women laws. It has to be actually followed, that's all. There are a lot of laws, women police stations, women police only should arrest, but strictly to be followed. And then finally, categorization is something like which my previous presenter said. The last thing which I want to again emphasize on this, rehabilitation. So this is one of the factors, because as the first quote I said about Gandhiji, law is not a punishment. That means rehabilitation means it should be educating. The life should change of a prisoner, and this is what I say. What I'll implement, allow motivating mentors to visit inmates, rehabilitate police personnel to get into more social approach, and then improve measurement standards in judicial system, especially analysis tools, behavioral attitudes between jail administrator and prisoners. See, this is a very evidence. If you go to jail, you will come to know what is the status of the jail. See, if you see this situation, this environment you can understand. So that environment should be understood. Finally, I am coming to the conclusion. See, there are these points, I will read it out. Police personnel are accustomed to extensive duty hours. 1. Shortage of police officers. 2. Reduce police custodial deaths and depression. This is the objectives of my presentation. 3. Better relationship and communication methods create respect. 4. Infrastructure and deployment of sufficient officials to deal custodial prison locations. Actually, the judges itself is saying we have given directions, but it's not implemented. It is very essential. Reduce under trials near to 0%. Now, as report said, 80% of under trials are still not taken to courts. And then physical presence, office of law, judicial officers under police stations, good working atmosphere. And finally, what I want to say is, make education as a main reason as a punishment. Make education as a punishment. Let the prisoners do education system. So this is one. And finally, I'll close it with this. My intention of the paper is that incarceration should come down. My objective is that, like compared to other Western countries or Indian countries, we should not compare that. We have a lot of populations. We should not get into more of incarceration. If it increases, then we will not be able to control our whole system. So that is my point. By the way, I end this. I thank you a lot for my teachers present over here. I thank you a lot for the chairs for this wonderful opportunity. Also for the university, especially Professor V.C. Krishnaiah for taking this initiative of particularly bringing the criminal justice system and human rights violation. Thank you so much for listening to me.
So you see, another side there is an inquiry against me, and just you see audience 1/4 have left. Because once we are working in precarious conditions, so generally you must also try to know the attitude of the participants also. Otherwise, I know that minimum